Hello everyone, welcome to Legend BTV. We're back with another album review. Today it is AJR, Adam, Jack, and Ryan, with their new record, The Click. They are an indie pop group hailing from New York City that have seen, like a little bit of success. I wouldn't say they're famous because they have a song called I'm Not Famous, No. And I don't hate it, no. And that was probably terrible, but let's get on with the review. Alright, so, AJR. I heard about them first in 2014 with their single I'm Ready, and it had a SpongeBob sample which was freaking awesome. And the song wasn't great, but the sample was awesome. I love that sample. Alright, moving on. Then they released their debut album called Living Room, which I never really listened to the whole thing, but I did like the singles, like Infinity. I thought was a really sweet track. Honestly, I thought it was a great one, actually. I really liked that song. And I thought I'm Ready was okay. I thought that song was good, I guess. But Infinity was great to me, and that really made me excited for more AJR material. Unfortunately, though, yeah, I kind of had a falling out with these bros, because then they released I'm Not Famous, which, honestly, I don't like that song. The lyrics, you know, they're not bad. They're taking a stab at famous people and their lifestyle on how it's not always what you think it is. You know, you barely get any privacy. You know, the media is always hounding down your back, and they're just glad that they're not famous like that. Or they're not that famous, really, but they're more famous than me, probably, so, they're more famous than me, so they're kind of famous, but I don't know. I really don't get that logic. I'm like, man, as soon as they blow up, they're not gonna, that song won't even work, so, they're already signed to a record deal, so, their second album, so, how does that song even fit? But anyways, I was actually not looking forward to this album, especially after hearing their new single Weak, and I was like, more AJR, because we'll get into that. But anyways, did this album turn out to be any good? Well, here's the thing. Honestly, you guys, I am not a big fan of melodramatic lyrics. The lyrics that try to be overly dramatic, but just turn out cliche. And some people do it right, but others are just overly pretentious about it, like Halsey, and just to name an artist that I just can't stand their lyrics. And lyrics are not a big deal to me, except when the record is overly focused on the lyrics and there's no decent beats or any melodic music to accompany that, it just falls flat for me. Honestly, I'm not very much of a lyrics person, especially when the lyrics are really melodramatic and just like, oh, life's so hard when you're freaking rich. So I'm just like, I don't buy it. You got something going for you, honestly. Which I know money doesn't make feelings, but it's like, it's just a tiny bit harder for me to grasp the true emotions when, you know, the sound on a lot of these artists sounds like cookie cutter music that's aimed at the masses, really. So, but did these brothers come through on their album with two singles that I already did not like? Well, here's the thing. Again, honestly, this record is, it's different. They've been having some reviews from some people saying that it's a Jon Bellion knockoff, and honestly, I'm not seeing it. Honestly, it's way less unique than a Jon Bellion record, unfortunately. Because the Jon Bellion album was my second best album of 2016, if you did not see the review, next to an album that I'm going to cover pretty soon that I didn't get to cover in 2016, which I need to cover because I love it. Anyways, so if you guys are familiar with that, then what I'm about to cover pretty soon from 2016 is going to be one of my favorite albums of the year. And yeah, anyways, but this record right here, honestly, the production, on some spots isn't bad, except for others, like the singles. I don't like the production on the singles. You know, I'm Not Famous has this twinkling piano that sounds nice, but then has the cookie cutter, the clapping, the hand clapping, and it just sounds like a crappy beat to me. Sorry guys, I didn't like your single. And then Week came out, and it's actually starting to get some radio play. So I'm like, all right, will this be any better? Not really. I mean, it's a little bit better than I'm Not Famous. It's not as annoying, but we'll get to what is annoying about it in a minute. But the production just kind of sounds like a Flume ripoff to me. And if you know how much I like Flume, then yeah, that's not a good thing for me. The production sounds like watered down Flume to me. And honestly, I don't like this song. But what really makes it annoying is not only the monotone chorus, but the part in the towards the end of the chorus really gets on my nerves. And if you haven't heard this song, you probably would have thought what I just did there was annoying. But the chorus, yeah, that speaks for itself. Anyways, the rest of the record is a bunch of lyrics about some deep personal experiences, probably, and just a lot of fluff like that. A bunch of decent instrumentals that really sound like they're going somewhere, but they're hindered by just a bunch of annoyances. This band just kind of annoys me. Like, there's a lot of parts where there's like these vocal harmonizations. There's a lot of spots on this record where they just annoy me. Like, they're just going or something like that, for example. And it's honestly pretty grating to my ears. But I mean, I get if you guys like it, because it does sound a little bit different than most pop out there today. But those sounds honestly just don't get me, like, for real. Honestly, I'd rather go listen to John Bellion. But anyways, were the songs of this record I liked? Well, towards the end of this record, we do get a break from the melodramaticness of this record, and a sort of happy song about friendship. And it's like, you know, glad I have a bud like you, and everything else. The song Bud Like You is alright. Some of the songs are actually decent. Oh, there's a song on this thing that's called, one sec here, guys. I'm about to look it up. Sober Up, which honestly, I mean, it's got a good instrumental, I'm not gonna lie. It's got some actual guitars in it, which are severely lacking from this record. What's with the production on this thing? It seriously sounds like a bunch of electronic. It sounds like a bunch of electronic sounds that really pander to more of the teens and everything, and kind of like, it kind of says a little bit of sellout for me. Like, honestly, I'm feeling a little bit of the sellout factor. I mean, it doesn't sound nearly as unique or genuine as the Living Room record to me. So honestly, I'm not really feeling this record, you guys. There's a few songs I kind of like, but the annoying vocal harmonization from these guys, plus the kind of cookie cutter melodies, plus the mediocrity of the lyrics and everything, just kind of means that this is gonna get like a light 5 out of 10 for me. Honestly, didn't enjoy this record that much. You know, it's alright, but honestly, I just think, you know, if I wanted a record like this, I'd go listen to John Bellion. A lot more creative, it's a lot more personal, a lot more unique, and just, this sounds so done before. I'm sorry, guys. I don't really care for this record. But if you want to tell me how wrong I am, post in the comments below. And honestly, guys, thank you for watching, though. I really try to be as nice as I can. But 5 out of 10, that's pretty much as high as I can go on this record. Because there's not really much I want to come back to. It just sounds like another pop record with these melodramatic themes that, you know, just have been there, done that. Sorry, guys. Thank you for watching, though. Subscribe, comment, like, turn on the notifications, because I'm weak. And what's wrong with that? Boy, oh boy, I love it when I fall for that. Legend BTV. Okay, bye, guys.